Happy Easter Monday, everyone. Neoma's here. So for today's video, I'm going to be looking at the rumors regarding three top wingers. One being Ziyech from Ajax, the other being Thorgan Hazard from Borussia Mönchengladbach, as well as a surprise inductee into it from PSG, Julian Draxler. Stay tuned. So, three wingers. Ziyech, this is the guy that everyone's talking about from Ajax. He has been performing so well this season, and as like you guys saw within the Champions League, he's one of those brilliant performers that they have there, along with the likes of David Neres there, and obviously Dusan Tadic. But Arsenal are being rumored to be looking at Ziyech. He's got about a couple of years left on his contract, and Arsenal are looking for a winger. We saw from the performance yesterday that we need more. We need more from the wide areas. We need more creativity in wide areas. We need more goals from wide areas. And this is one of these situations that ever increasing. We need something else. In yesterday's game against Crystal Palace, we saw, Iwobi came on the pitch at halftime, and he did have an influence on the game, but just that little bit more. He's so close for me for being kind of a regular starter, but this is why, we have rumors on these three players. One being Ziyech, who I took some notes on in regards to his results this season. So Hakim Ziyech plays for Ajax. Currently has 19 goals so far this season, 20 assists. His stats are absolutely fantastic. He's played so far about 43 games so far, including across all competitions. That's Champions League as well as games in the Eredivisie. Can play as both a right winger, central midfield player, and attacking midfield player as well. And he kind of ticks all the buttons in regards to positions that we're looking at and positions that we might need. We do need some more creativity within the midfield, so he would really add that as well, potentially within the system that Unai Emery decides to play. So could be a really useful player. My only worry about a lot of the players from Ajax that we're rumored to be looking at, particularly Ziyech, because when you look at the amount of goals and assists that he's created in the Champions League, it's 2 goals, 1 assist in the Champions League. That's it. No more. All of his other kind of goals and assists that he's gotten has been in the Eredivisie. And even though Ajax have shown that the Eredivisie, that there are talented players there, that, there is, worth at looking at some of these Ajax players, the fact that his goal production and his assist production is so low, I'm not entirely sure whether that is good enough to warrant us going after a player like him. But and this is a big but, right now on transfermarket.co.uk, he's rumoured at 30 million. We've got reports out in the Daily Mirror today that Arsenal could get him for like 25. And I think if it was somewhere between that 20-25 mark, I think it might be a good risk to be able to go out and take a risk on a player like him. But I still do think that players already in the Premier League who are doing it here, and I'll say it again, Ryan Fraser, I'll take my hat off. I think he's doing a fantastic job this season and should be one that maybe we should kind of prioritize first. But that's kind of Ziyech, and he's playing fantastically so far this season, putting a good job in for the team, getting ready to go and to face Tottenham in the semi-finals of the Champions League. So can't really complain there, really. But second on the list is Thorgan Hazard. So this rumour has kind of been about for the past 12-15 hours and really has come out of nowhere. I know that Liverpool are looking at him, and he is a good player. He really is. more of a creative player rather than his brother, who for me is a better goal scorer than him. But still, Thorgan Hazard plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach in the Bundesliga, a really good league to be in. And for me, a little bit more competitive than the Eredivisie, Dutch league, is probably a little bit closer to what we're more so looking for. So for Thorgan Hazard, he's got 12 goals, 11 assists, which, isn't too bad. And he's done this in 31 games, which for me overall, I have to say that's pretty decent. He plays on both wings, left wing, right wing. He can do it all, and can also play as like a second striker. But unlike the other two names, he's valued at 40 million, a lot more expensive. And I think that, that's reason why, the fact that he plays in the Bundesliga, which is a lot closer to the Premier League level, why he's rumored to be so much more than Ziyech, for instance. And especially when you look at the fact that Liverpool are also in the running for him. 40 million is probably a fair mark to be looking at for a player of his caliber, but for us to be able to get a chance to get him, it's going to be tough competition. It's one of those where we're competing with top teams for a player like Thorgan Hazard. And the only thing I would honestly say is if we're going to challenge for getting him, I think that one of the key things would be whether he's going to be able to get much first team action in relation to games. Liverpool right now have Firmino, they got Mane, they got Salah, and they got Shaqiri, as well as Origi, and these are the players that Thorgan Hazard is going to have to be competing with, which is going to be tough for him. So that's where, for Arsenal, there'd be a little bit less competition, and he would almost be, I would say, a guaranteed starter every week, if not most weeks. So that would be something that, Thorgan Hazard would probably look at. Also, the other thing, Liverpool on the Champions League. And even though we're on two fronts right now, it's going to be a tough one in terms of whether we're going to be playing Champions League football. And I think that will be the key difference maker to whether he goes to Liverpool, Arsenal, or somewhere else. So, but Thorgan Hazard definitely looking to leave Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's come out and said that he's not going to renew his contract. So that's kind of it for Thorgan Hazard, and he'll be off somewhere in the summer. So let's hope that maybe Arsenal could work out a deal in order to sign him. And third and finally, we have Julian Draxler. Now, this is a player who we have been rumoured at for years. Julian Draxler, now 25 years old. We were looking at this guy when he was 19, 20. He was a player that we probably could have signed for like 30 million years ago. But we all knew that he was one of those players that of the future. Very good player back then. But we were looking for a little bit more of the finished article now. And I would honestly say that he probably hasn't quite lived up to his potential, to what everybody thought he would be. You're talking about a player that was rumoured to be a top German player going forward. I've seen him internationally. He plays pretty well. I don't know why he doesn't get a lot of games in at PSG. The obvious one would be to factor in that you've got Neymar and Mbappe there, and Cavani there, why he can't get games. But there's rotation in the squad. Come on. But so far he's played 40 games, which for me is a decent amount of games. I think a lot of those he's coming off the bench. He's starting a lot of those games, but still he's put in a good shift of performances. So far he's got 5 goals and 11 assists. Obviously plays in Ligue 1 for PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. Can play on the left wing as well as attacking midfield and central midfield role. I believe he could also play right wing as well, but I know predominantly it's on the left. And I could also believe that he can also play as a striker on top of that, but we'll kind of see how that goes. So attacking midfield probably makes a little bit more sense. But with him, again, he is a £30 million player. I don't know. He's one of those ones where he has a lot of potential, but will he realise it coming to a place like Arsenal? And that's the key thing. I mean, obviously, there's a good chance he'll be playing with Mesut Ozil next season. I don't see Ozil going anywhere. And he will be playing with other top players like Lacazette and Aubameyang. So it's one of those where it could be good. It could be a good situation for Arsenal. We could get a bit of a bargain, and even though he's valued at 30, I think he's a bit of surplus requirements there at Paris Saint-Germain. They've got to reduce their wage bill, and again, Julian Draxler is just another name, another winger that they have who they probably don't need, and they could probably use a youth player to be able to play the positions that Julian Draxler has been playing. So yeah, we've got three wingers, three good prospects to look at, all with their faults, all with their pros. But yeah, really looking to kind of get you guys' thoughts on what you guys think of those three players: Hakim, Ziyech, Julian Draxler, as well as Thorgan Hazard. My mind just slipped there for a sec. So guys, please leave your comments below. I really want to get a discussion going. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.